Hi everybody, it's Marush here, Sensual Healing and Love Life Coaching, video blog number 3. Today's topic is sex addiction and compromising self. I'm working with a woman at the moment as well as a man. Both have their addictions, but I'll speak about the woman I'm working with. She's in her early mid-30s. Very beautiful woman, extremely intellectual, very sharp, very witty. Is the go-getter, the fun type of person, always the highlight at a party, and wants to just constantly have fun. However, she is finding that she's not being able to be her true sense of self and her authentic self, because it's just a mask that she's putting up and an act in order to say, hey, everything is all right. And so in her exterior world, in front of everybody else, it appears that she's got it together. However, deep down inside, she's feeling either alone or disconnected, unsure, unfulfilled, and is not able to get to the root cause as to why that's so. Now, what this woman tends to do is she'll go out on the social scene and pick up perhaps a random and the least likely guy, the roughest, scruffiest, meanest looking individual, and have a random hookup with them. And she'll find in engaging with them, when she's having all these different types of sex, she's disengaging, because she uses this to unplug from her mind. But what she's doing, she's disassociating, and it's a form of escapism to disconnect from the mind. However, she's compromising herself and her body to such extreme levels that it's really not loving to herself and it's not serving her anymore. And so she's got to a point where she's realized she's had enough, and she is realizing now that she can fool everybody else, but she can't fool herself deep down inside. And so working together, we're starting to see what she's actually doing and why she's feeling it's really challenging to actually connect with her feelings. Because everything as a form of protection, she'll come straight back up to the mind again. She'll come back up to that point where she'll cleverly avoid a situation because it might be a bit confrontational, because it's plucking either the heartstrings or it might be a real sensitive spot or a topic. And she's very clever, and this has been what she's doing for such a long time. And so we're looking at how we can form a connective relationship that's healthy with not only her intellect but with her physical body as well, and for her to start evoking feelings. She knows that she has challenges feeling, just simply being able to feel either feelings, emotions. And so when she goes and has these sexual encounters, that's a physical release. But however, there's no connection between the two, and she's escaping and checking out, and that's really compromising to her, because she hits this place of a void and then finding herself in those compromising positions, quite, what's the word, not confrontational, but lacking self-respect. And so she's got to that point, she's realised she's had enough and it's time to do something about it. So we're going through a process of elimination and working through what's actually happening bit by bit. Now, finding and discovering what's loving to herself is really complex, because she's unable to express that outwardly, because she's not feeling that internally within, let alone to be able to share that with somebody else, but she's not feeling that internally within. And so this is where we're looking at, and this is where we are working at establishing that self-love within firstly, and connecting with the emotions and feelings and just igniting them. It's like the flame or the spark has disappeared, and so we're gradually creating that again for her. And how we're doing that is, at first I'm just getting her to notice what she's doing in her day-to-day life, and just by this practice, simple practice of noticing and observing, being her own witness, even a witness to her thoughts, being able to listen to what goes on in her mind, and perhaps also feel what may be physically happening within the body, even if it's a sense of discomfort. Because if something's at ill ease or dis-ease within, then this is something that the body is really trying to communicate to ourselves, to not only listen, but to address how we can be of service to it, and how we can be in support of it and more loving of it and toward it. So we're working on having a lot of reflective time and getting her to stop looking for solutions outside of herself, and to start reflecting internally and start seeing. So stop looking and just start seeing by noticing what she's noticing about the things that she does and how she's operating on a day-to-day level, and then to find whether or not that's congruent or in alignment with what she's really wanting in her life. And she's finding this place as a little check-in point with herself, and this is a brilliant start, and we've each got this. However, many of us become disconnected because we get caught up or wound up or bound by a scenario or situation in life. So that's okay, because that's normal. We all do that. It's all part of being human and part of the human conditioning, yeah? So for her to be her own observer and witness is allowing her to navigate through the complexities and challenges and the limitations that she's been resisting and feigning away from for so long, and protecting herself from, because it can be a very highly sensitive or raw subject or a raw place to visit, because it might be triggering some core stuff here. And again, she'd go back to that mind as form of a protection. For however, her mind's going in repetitious cycles, and the same things are happening over and over, and when it's not actually rectifying or getting to the cause of it and changing the way she's being in her day-to-day life, that's now she's finding she needs to do something about it. So I've just realised I'm at 9 minutes 30 and I've only got 30 seconds to wrap up. So what I'll do, I'll share more so probably in the next blog about the intensity and the vibration and the frequency and what actually addiction is within the body and what that craving might be. Thanks everyone.